Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Pearlman back with another video, and I think a good topic to talk about because I messed up and put myself out of frame the other day with a sort of more old school Dr. Pearlman video tutorial where I used an x-ray to explain hypermobility and stability, or mobility, stability, balance, and how you should look at it when getting adjusted throughout the lifetime of being a chiropractic patient. But that's not what we're going to do today. And I was going to do a good success story, but I'm not going to do that either. I'm going to share with you a little bit more about what's going on with me when it comes to the stability and healing process of my back, because I went to physical therapy the other day for the first time ever. And it was about what I thought it would be, in all honesty. However, whether you look at it as, paying for a service and getting something out of it versus how much you paid and what's it worth and all that. I mean, if I got one minuscule cue that creating core strength and stability and taking load off my lumbar and properly loading and utilizing my hips and my intrinsic core stabilizing muscles on a progressive motion basis, if I was taught that there, it's worth $1 million. So for me, even if I never go back, or if I do decide to go back to get that kind of assisted passive, progressive motion and or progressive stability, core strengthening cues, I always say in squatting, you can get the $1 million cue, right? Butt back, knees out, butt back, knees out. Well, over here, it might be tuck the pelvis, turn the hip, tuck the pelvis, turn the hip. And things like that are irreplaceable when it comes to trying to build longevity, strength, stability, mobility, that perfect balance, balance of mobility, stability. So that was my experience recently. But he said something that did bother me a little bit, because he said, the physical therapist said, Jonathan, you've been doing a certain thing for a certain way and had 15 years of back pain. Don't you think it's time to change? Or don't you think that will inevitably, that you've been doing it wrong, right? Definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. And I said, when it's right in front of your face, you want to say, oh, of course, you're right. But the reality is he's not right. Just like I know that every person has this individual sort of nuanced situation that applies to their body and their physiology / neurology. And that is when I told him, I said, you got to understand something. Me utilizing chiropractic to manage my pain and go through these bouts of fitness or injury, and then fitness and peaking fitness, and then reducing or falling behind in certain areas of fitness or health, and inevitably me ending up deciding to go down the road of surgery for my back. Chiropractic is still the gateway drug. Chiropractic is still the only thing out there that's very fast, accessible, affordable, and can make the biggest physiologic and neurologic change because of the chiropractic adjustment to reduce pain, increase range of motion, stimulate dopamine and not just dopamine, but that feel-good endorphin response, which is pain modulating, and carry on for weeks at a time so you can actually do the exercises that he's prescribing. And then right before his eyes, even me and my decompressed spinal surgically repaired back, I was doing some pelvic tucks, I was doing some core stabilization things, I was doing some things that would normally make me feel a little bit unstable and uncomfortable, because we got to work through those now. And, in the end, I had a little bit of, I won't say spasm, but this spasmy, uneasy feeling in my back, which I just had to roll out and get little pops and cracks and kind of do a little bit of my older traditional yoni style approaches. And it worked. So what I'm getting at is chiropractic has its place no matter what. So if you've gone to a chiropractor and you're still in pain 20 years later, it's not, chiropractic didn't not work. The right adjustment at the right time, done the right way to inhibit pain, increase range of motion, when it comes to the chronic deformed tissue that I mentioned in a video prior, chiropractic works. You're the Lamborghini, we're the mechanic. Chiropractic mechanic, human body, very sophisticated vehicle. Yeah, we got hardwired new age electrical things going on all the time, wiring in the brain, brain to body, body back to brain, along with the psychosomatic elements and the biomechanical, anatomical, neurological, physiological elements that go to every cell, every organ, every gland, every tissue, And this is all very important to be able to balance and understand. But in synopsis, if he said, oh, well, chiropractic and getting adjusted and then doing exercises on your own and still compensating with various movement patterns hasn't worked thus far, we need to change it, right? We got to strengthen your core. Yes, but no, because sometimes you'll never be able to consistently strengthen the core, exercise, and build on all the things he was suggesting and saying how important it was, and I agree with how important it is, and inevitably will be the thing that gives you the longevity approach to not compensating. But chiropractic is still the gatekeeper. Chiropractic adjustment, right bone, right joint, right time, or the body never has the ability to advance. Simple facts of life. Have a good day.